Hi. I'm Jay, if you don't know me. Welcome to my channel. So, here's the thing. I'm a very big fan of the show Buzzfeed Unsolved. Link in the description. And they tackle unsolved murder cases, mysteries, robberies, and then in their alternative seasons they do supernatural stuff like hauntings, all that fun stuff. So their first and now their 100th episode, they tackled the man at Somerton Beach. I am an Adelaide local, and I don't actually live that far away from Somerton. I live I'm gonna say 20-minute, not 20-minute walk, hour-ish walk away from Somerton. A bit over an hour. And yeah, I'm gonna hop on my bike and go down to Somerton, and I'm gonna go check out a murder site. So this is the beginning of Somerton, and then it goes all the way down to there, which is where we're going. Yeah, you can actually see a few of the rips, which yeah, that explains why, like, yeah, if you just threw a body in one of them, it wouldn't be enough to like pull them out. You threw them in deep enough, gave them enough pressure. Yeah, they're going right out. And then of course, you can't really tell because it's the beginning of autumn here, and well, it's also like one in the Arvo, but it's also high tide, so yeah, they found the body at low tide mid tide in the morning. Yeah, if you assume it's like the day after, like in the night, yeah, you could just like not even walk that far into the surf and just chuck the body in. I'm gonna try and find the exact spot where the body was found. I make no promises because I can't actually ride along the beach here. There's an old people centre just over there. Oh shit, there's a shark out there. Fucking hell. Sorry again if the audio quality is absolute crap. I'm recording on like a shitty $3 pair of earpods. Actually, just let me. Yeah, I think that'll be better. I mean, aside from all of that noise. Yeah, surf club's just up there. Then along here you have Somerton Beach, which is a lovely place during the summer. So, sorry that was absolutely shit. This is around the area where the Somerton man was found. Obviously, not the best conditions right now. It's windy in autumn and April. I am keeping up social distancing as best I can. But yeah, just like down this stretch, it's about the area, which, yeah, it's not great right now, but... Oh, there's a rip. Oh yeah, right there. Yeah, it's not a big one, but you throw someone in and they're like unconscious from like drugs or whatever, they're being pulled out later on anyway. Yeah. So, that's the railway station where they found all the belongings. Yeah, it's like a quiet day because of Voldemort. But like, it's really hard to like leave something here permanently and not have it get stolen. I'm not wording it very well here, but pretty much my train of thought as someone from Adelaide who's grown up in the country, the city, the beach, pretty much everywhere there. And I've been to the train station multiple times. Even in like 1998, you lose something in there, you're not finding it again. Someone is going to steal it. Like, if you leave it there for a month, someone's either going to steal it, or someone is going to turn it into the police, or someone is going to just... It's just not going to be there, because some janitor just thinks that it's garbage. What I'm trying to say is, there's no way that was left there for the entire month, that the guy just... that you just, like, fucking drop it there, and then, he dropped it there in, like, December, and then left it there till Jan. There's no bloody way that happened, mate. Anyways, I'm gonna film the West Torres Cemetery when I drive, and my dad drives me past it, so, yeah, that's cool. I am about to be picked up, so I can't go looking, but, this is West Terrace, cemetery where he was eventually buried, so he's probably I can't actually go and find the grave because it's further in, but yeah, this is his final resting place, surrounded by millions. And actually, like, it's all separate and separate things, so I could actually find him if I tried, but I'm not gonna bother. So yeah. I checked the gravesite as I was going to be picked up with my dad, and that's about the area that I'm going past where his grave is, so that's cool. I was riding my bike, so that's slowed down. So, after I stopped filming out in the city, I caught a ride home with my dad, who works there. My dad is a very big fan of, like, old, especially Australian murder cases. And we drove back down the way I came and went down to Somerton Beach. My dad was actually involved, I use that term very loosely, with a murder. There's a famous set of murders, or serial killer murders in Adelaide, called the Snowtown Murders. Yeah, there's a place called Snowtown. I have a teacher who has relatives there. It's a weird place, it's so cool. And my dad had to remove carpet from the bank vault where the bodies would be eventually found. Anyways, what is important is my dad actually managed to... He's a big fan of old murder cases. He knows a lot more about Somerton murder than me. He told me the approximate location, and I'll put that on screen now. So yeah, there's an old people's, like, an old mental kind of, like, estate thing for people who cannot care for themselves behind those sand dunes. And there used to be a wall there, as well as, like, a couple houses, and you can see that in the old pictures of Somerton. And he said that right where this boat ramp is where it is now, is where they found the victim. You can't see any memorial for him anywhere in Adelaide because we kind of shy away from it, which I think is actually kind of a good thing. We don't really want to be known for a massive unsolved possible murder case. So yeah, that's approximately where the body was found, which is really scary, especially considering that I had, at the time, my great-grandparents, who are still around today, they were alive, they were both living in the area, they were in their, it was 48, so yeah, grandma's in her early 20s and grandpa's 19, so yeah. Also just going to quickly rattle off my own theory of what happened. I do like the idea that he was probably poisoned by Miss Thompson, and I have a hard time believing there were spies though, and it's just because, well, it's not that I don't believe there were spies. It's just the fact that A, who the fuck would come to Adelaide, and two, the boys on Buzzfeed Unsolved insinuated that it was Cold War related and it was covert and there were spies, and it's like, and that's why us Aussies were suspicious, and it's like, we're Aussies, we're Australian, we didn't give a shit during the Cold War. My grandma, my great-gran didn't give a shit. The only thing she kind of cared about was Berlin Wall and the freedom of people, because my grandma and my grandpa are awesome. But it was Australia. We didn't give a fuck. You get a Russian next door, and you're just like, might as well stay. There's nothing really to find out about anything here. I'll invite him over for a drink. That's just kind of how it rolls. It works here. But yeah, he probably, judging also by that area, I've been into it a lot of times, and I have first-hand information from a surf lifesaver at the club there. What you get is the most likely thing in my mind, especially as someone from that area who has surfed there and has a mate who volunteers there, the first thing you're gonna have to watch out for is rips. You just drug someone just even slightly, like, if you chloroform them and you shove them in the ocean, the salt water is going to depending on how long you're in the water, it's going to leave absolutely no trace of it depending on how you do it. You knock someone out, maybe beat them up a bit, and just chuck. And if, like, the man did actually see hit the Somerton man being dragged across the beachfront on the shoulder, you walk in and, like, I want to say not even 10 meters into the water during high tide, especially in, like, that specific rip. It's a really deep one, especially because the way that the sandbanks are. You walk out to the sandbank and then suddenly it's a huge, like, I want to say like a 4-meter drop. And that just, like, sucks you under and, like, pulls you out. You just, like, drop somewhere there. That body's gone until the tide brings it back. Swear to God, I'm not a murderer. I just know way too much about swimming and surfing. Yeah. Judging by... The most likely thing in my mind is drugged, thrown into a rip, body was dragged out, maybe not even a day, just maybe like that night, early morning, low tide, high tide brings it back in, smashes it against the rocks, sprawled out, and it's early December, it just dries out. It's hot as balls during December, so it just dries, and yeah, you get away with a perfect crime. I sound like a murderer. I'm a writer. I know way too much about murder. Just very quickly, I rode about 32 kilometers to get all of that footage. It wasn't just for the footage, trust me. I actually wanted a nice bike ride, but I rode 32 kilometers. That was fun. Oh, God. I forgot to do an outro, so I hope you've enjoyed this video. It took me 4 hours to complete the filming because of bike riding. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. And then I've intrigued you about coming to Adelaide.